Welcome to episode 3 of Compensation Nation, the show where we check in and see how everybody has been compensating week to week. We'll be recapping each game and hearing from the coaches. So without further ado, let's jump into the first game of the week.
In game 1, we had Madison Beeramy toppling Birds in the Temple of Doom, 158 to 149. We reached out to Coach Matt and asked, he finally got in the win column with the second highest point total of the year, only barely squeaking by Nick. Is this what it'll take to keep winning?
Look, the Vikings defense isn't going to play against the Bengals backup quarterback every single week. And if that's what it takes for me to win is for their defense to get 30 points, we ain't winning games. I have been personally DMing all my players that they need to step it up or they're getting cut. So next week I expect to score more points without the Vikings defense carrying us, and we're going to win every game.
And then we asked Coach Nick, now I know we keep circling back to Burrow and the Bengals references, but to put up the second most points in week 3 and still come out with a loss, I mean, it's right there. How we feeling?
What's up, fellas? Hell of a week 3. Josh, hair's looking great, as always. As far as last week's performance goes, I'm really happy with the game plan that we went out there and executed. Had a lot of roster turnover this past week. Lost our QB. Executed a great trade. Feel like it was beneficial, for both parties involved. I didn't think we would all gel as a unit so early. So I was happy to see the combined performance that everybody put together. And I ran into a buzzsaw this week. Minnesota's defense absolutely went off. Tip my hat to the opponent for having the right players in there at the right time. So I'll always be happy to see high scoring results, regardless of a win or loss. But we're officially out of the bird cage and into the Temple of Doom. Y'all better watch out for these boulders.
In game 2 this week, we had a team with no name, winning 125 to 99 over Benedict Fumblecatch. We reached out to Courtney and asked, as one of the 2 remaining undefeated teams, is it finally time, or are we just waiting on the inevitable?
Let me tell you a story about what I like to do for fun. Lately, I've just been, every day pouring a little bit of salt in my hand, throwing it over my shoulder. I've been picking 4-leaf clovers just for fun. I've been, wearing the same pair of underwear for the last month. Haven't changed once, just for fun, I've been going out and finding coins that are only heads up, putting them in my shoe. I'm wearing the same clothes every single Sunday, eating the same meals every single Sunday, all for fun, no other reason. Yes, it is time. It's destiny. It is my year. My year.
We also reached out to Sean and asked, you got handed your first loss of the season and didn't manage to crack triple digits in scoring. Is this a major setback or a minor blip?
I actually let Courtney win this week. I felt bad for him, so I'm not worried at all. Gonna go 3-1. It'll be great.
And in game 3, we had the hottest team in the league, Lads Golden Penix, defeating War and Peace 132 to 91. We reached out to the coach of War and Peace and asked, you and Dak are both 1-2. Are you excited to keep being mediocre together?
And while Elijah couldn't respond with a video or sound clip, he sent us a text message that said, all teams falter. We merely need to fix the issues that have arisen. Personnel changes will be made, and we will attempt to run like a well-oiled machine.
And then we bounced over to Coach J-Dog and asked, through 3 games, you're first in the league in scoring and second in defense, outscoring opponents by 164 points. It's inevitable that something has to give, but will it matter in the end, or are you just destined for glory this year?
Man, it's crazy. First in the league in scoring, second in defense, saying something's got to give. Well, you know what? First team to beat me, I'll give $30 to a charity of your choice. Something's got to give. May as well be me.
In game 4, we had Osama bin Laden falling to middle of the road, 97 to 124. We reached out to Coach Matthew and asked, despite your intentions to be mediocre, you took down a Josh Allen and Saquon Barkley-led opponent by a considerable margin. How does it feel to be above average?
They say, if you dream hard enough, you can really get what you want. So why do I keep winning? This is not how things should be. This is a nightmare. The pressure is building. Oh, this isn't beer. This is whiskey. Oh, I hope someone can stop me.
We also reached out to Sean and asked Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Sam Laporta, you still lost? What will it take to right the ship moving forward in the season?
Yeah, unfortunately, this week we were hit with a season-ending injury to one of our star running backs, James Conner. We wish him and his family the best. Hope for a speedy recovery for him. In the meantime, we're going to be pretty good because we're just got to build some chemistry, which we will because we have strong players, as you said, like Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Sam Laporta. We've got a solid lineup here. And once they find their groove, it's going to be all right. But unfortunately, this week, I'm going to have to step away from my responsibilities here with the team. I'm going to be taking the next step. Unfortunately, the team comes second this week. Normally it comes first, but I'm signing some nuptials on Saturday. Headed off to the Caribbean to enjoy some time with the soon-to-be wife. In the meantime, our offensive coordinator, our defense coordinator, they'll handle the ship just fine. And you know what? Ready to deliver a loss to my opponent. Cheers.
And in our final game of week 3, we had the Falcons toppling Shrouded Mystery 121-88. We asked Coach Hall, you made some, let's say, controversial statements about the reasons for your team's performance last week. With a big win in week 3, are things starting to look up?
So it's being said that last week my statements were controversial. Well, always persecuted for telling the truth. You see, I'm a simple man. I like matches. I like aiming flames. And I like gasoline. How do I feel about my big win? 121 over 88? What did you think? I was going to mount it in my trophy case? This is what I think about that big win. You see, all the commissioners in this league care about is winning. Well, this league needs a better class of commissioners. That's why I'm taking over. This is my league now. You see, it was never about winning. Oh, no. It was about teaching bad play calling coaches and lackadaisical players that everything burns.
And then we reached out to the coach of Shrouded Mystery and asked, Josh, you've been declaring that the waiver wire is your strong suit. And honestly, with pickups like Quentin Johnson and Quinshon Judkins, maybe you're right. But why weren't you starting them?
Hello, I'm sorry I'm recording this late, but I had time to think about it, and the waiver wire is not going to be my advantage this season. And I'll tell you why. I'm in 2 other leagues, 12-team, 14-team league. In those leagues, they each start 3 wide receivers, and one of those leagues has 2 flexes. Okay, for example, so in this 10-team league, you get 2 running back positions, okay? We got 10 teams. Usually you're going to draft someone high enough that you're going to have a starter no matter what in that position. So you're going to have someone that you're not going to take out, okay? So Kenneth Walker was my 3rd running back. He'd obviously he's a must start. When he's playing, you're going to start him, okay? He was my 3rd running back. 2 wide receiver positions. I had CeeDee Lamb, who's now injured, but he's an automatic start. Drake London, he's usually not someone you're going to take out. He's an automatic start. And then usually that flex spot in a 12-team or 14-team league, you have to find someone off waivers. So my advantage won't come in until, let's see, bye week start. So therefore, my whole advantage of this league is taken away. So that's why I'm 0-3. That's what I'm blaming. I'm also, I didn't make a good trade there, but I'll I'm going to try to play spoiler for the rest of the year, but I thought I'd give you some reasons why waiver wire is not going to be my advantage. So, Courtney, let's change some rules around. Let's get some more spots open, and I think we'll make a more competitive league. All right, it's a good time still. Take care, guys.
That's another week of compensating in the bag. We'll see you next week.